What's up, guys? It's your boys from Madden.com, and today we're going to break down the August title update. Just dropped about an hour ago, and it's about 3 gigs for those of you who haven't downloaded it yet. And I only break down the gameplay changes because that's mainly what I focus on. So if you're like a CFM guy, I'm not going to touch on those, but I will drop the link to the full patch notes in the description as well as the comment section. But we're just going to talk about the handful of gameplay changes. One of them, the changes is not something I'm a huge fan of because of how they did it. I like the feature, I just don't like how they did it. So we're going to talk about that one first. And we'll just come out and I want to show you kind of kill 2 birds, 1 stone here. So there's a new concept they've added to the game, Housewise Juke. Something that the Patriots like to do with Julian Edelman, but they didn't really do it right. They did it out of a formation where the tight end is the one who's in ISO. So basically it's just a play to get the slot receiver, or A in this instance, open. And they didn't do it right. I'm not surprised that they didn't do it right, but as you can see, you just run it and then he'll sit down and or break out depending on what coverage they're in. It's a cool concept. They just didn't do it right. So that's just a little bonus that they've thrown into the game, but that's not a main feature. So the main feature that we're going to talk about here is a new one that they've added, and I'm happy that they've added a new feature like this. I just don't like how they've done it. So they've added the ability to double team a defensive lineman. So how you do that is you hit LB or L1 on PS4, and that's going to open your pass protection menu. So if you look in the bottom right, you now have a new option with right stick down, and that's going to be double team. The reason I don't like this is because they removed pinch, and pinch was such a good way of picking up certain blitzes. So we're going to have to hit the lab again and figure out how to pick up some of these blitzes properly. For now though, we have double team, and that's going to allow us to take care of, certain X factor pass rushers. Now some pass rushers will still split a double team, and there's not much you can do about that, but this is going to help you against people who love to shed you and they only have 1 pass rusher. Now you can't do it on both sides. You can only double team 1 guy. So what we're going to do is right stick down, and then you'll see this little D icon comes up above one of the players. All you have to do is use your left stick, and you can just move it around to a player on the line of scrimmage. And we're going to go ahead and double team this guy on the right. Select A or X, and that's all you have to do. If you hit LB and then right stick down again, you'll see the D is still right there above the player we want to double team. So let's go ahead and snap the ball, and you're going to see pretty cool, right? He gets double teamed properly. Now this does come with a caveat. If you do this and they send pressure at you, they send 6 or whatever the case, the double team is going to activate no matter what. So I'll show you. We'll go to, God, that juke route is it's just so bad. So slow with the tight end. So I'll show you, if we go to like a blitz where they send 6 at us, or maybe even 5. Let's just do that out of 5. We'll go to spread again, and then we'll just do like DB fire 2. So let's go and do the same thing we've been doing. Let's double team this guy. Well, it's going to take a while for the blitz to come in. Oh wow, he actually picked him up. They say in the patch notes that the double team is going to be activated no matter what. I don't know if that meant it's going to be activated permanently, or if they're going to have the awareness to actually get off of the double team and pick up the extra pressure. Well, what we can see here is that the double team does activate and then he gets off, which is good news. However, probably going to be different when they are all at the line of scrimmage. So let's go ahead and go to like a 3-4 odd maybe, and then look at it that way, because the slot cornerback's a little far out. People will bring guys in, and we'll just get a proper blitz here. It's gonna have to be a base formation. Unfortunately, I don't have my other controller. I need batteries for that. So we'll just find a 6-man. So let's go ahead and do weak slant 3. We're just testing here. That guy's not in, unfortunately. Double team this guy. We'll see what happens. So they're doing actually a pretty good job of engaging in the double team. and then having the awareness to pick up the extra blitzer. So that's good news. In the patch note, it does mention that they commit to the double team. I just didn't know if that meant fully, like they commit to the double team and they stay on that double the whole time. But it's looking like it does a pretty good job overall. So that's going to be the new double team feature. Let's take a quick look at what they've done to Armbar. All right, we're back. We now have Zeke, the Armbar master, and the changes that they've made to this. So they didn't give like complete details on how much they nerfed this. They said that it has been tuned, but it hasn't been fully tuned. This is just the first step in a series of planned updates that will bring more exact situational tuning. That's verbatim. That's off of their patch notes. They did change the fumble rate as well. They made it so there's less fumbles. I'm guessing that's due to hit sticks. They did mention that quarterback fumbles are going to stay the same because that's intentional. And then the last thing about stiff arms is, actually there's two more things about stiff arms. They mentioned that tapping the stiff arm button a second time before making contact with the defender will now cancel the stiff arm. We'll take a look at that. And then defenders with the secure tackler or tackle supreme abilities will no longer allow broken tackles due to the stiff arm mechanic. So let's have a look here. See what happens. By the way, they've added some new offensive line abilities. As you can see, Tyrant Smith now has an X, or I guess he has a star. Zack Martin has a star. Those will be in the full patch notes. So I'm spamming A. I'm going to keep spamming A for a few runs. I'm not really even getting much yardage here, to be honest. So I'm spamming A and it's just not really doing anything. I think that's because of what they said regarding you basically can't spam it anymore. So right there, I didn't spam it. I just hit it once. And so far so good. Now, I wouldn't say I'm the glitchiest person ever when it comes to run game. So there might be people out there who know how to get this thing working properly. But so right there, we got the stiff arm fall forward animation. That's something that's been somewhat annoying because you just get 3 yards extra every time. I hit A just once there. And so far, he's not getting any of those crazy runs where it's just kind of like... So right here, let's check. Here we go. We got the animation again, but it's not the like crazy juiced up one that he's been getting. Keep getting a little bit of a fall forward. I want to see something real quick before I keep going. Let me see. So the stiff arm is activating. Stiff arm is activating. I'm just not getting the animations anymore. There goes a fumble. And we just have to time it properly. So we're still getting, you know, the little fall forward, but it's not the break tackle. And I wonder if they... I don't see anything specific. Oh, there it is. There it is. And to me, that's okay. That's completely okay. If Zeke has an ability like that, it's okay if it triggers once. At least it's more realistic. You got to time it properly, and it's probably only going to happen once, as opposed to like 5 million times in the span of one run. Like, if we can just get 2 players to Zeke, we should be able to shut this shit down. That's what we do in the 4-4 video that I posted yesterday. So right there, that's a pretty good stiff arm animation. Nothing crazy. I'm just going to run it a few more times. I'm just trying to get a decent sample size. Good look at it. Get off of me. Nope. And these are computer defenders. These are not users. I'm assuming users will have better success when it comes to taking down Zeke. So like I mentioned, there are, you know, the ability secure tackler and tackle supreme. So they can no longer be tossed around by Zeke. I think that even includes if it's a computer defender. Keep running it. So I know it's not the most exciting. Oh, there we go. That's what we're looking for. But like I said, like this is pretty decent. Like compared to what it was, I can live with this. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is this a good change? Like, is this good enough for you guys just based on what you're seeing here? Also, let me know in the comments what your favorite change is that they've made. Doesn't have to be one that I've mentioned. It could be anything in the patch notes. So, I mean, I don't got to keep running. I think I've seen enough. I know I actually was running Armbar yesterday in practice mode in an attempt to find some other ways to stop it. And it was way more OP than this. So it does look like it has indeed been tuned to some degree. Now, this is just me. This is my first reaction to it. Haven't played a game yet, so we'll see if there's actually a real tuning. As far as the fumbles go, I've had one, but it's just one fumble in a matter of like 20 carries. It's not that bad. It was a hit stick, but it was a computer hit stick. So, I mean, nothing too crazy. I'm still getting a little bit of a fall forward, but no juiced up stiff arm animations as of yet. So that's going to cover the patch notes for the most part. I'm going to post the full ones in the description and the comment section. Like I said, there are new offensive line abilities that they've added to the game, including Mutt. So it's Regs and Mutt. I mentioned that Tyrant Smith and Zack Martin both have new ones. Let me check which ones Tyrant Smith has. Tyrant Smith has, I think, Edge Defender, or not Edge Defender, Edge Protector, where that's going to reduce an edge pass rusher's chance of a successful rush move. And then Zack Martin has, I'm trying to find it. I can't find which one Zack Martin has, but he has one too. I think it has to do with run blocking. But yeah, those are the changes that they've made for the August title update. By the way, I found it. Zone blocker holds blocks longer on zone blocked run plays. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe for daily Madden 20 content. I'll see you guys later.